Hi kids, welcome back to Edubel. I hope you all are doing good and your day was super duper great. So today we are going to learn, one more part ahead in our parts of speech. So we are going to learn parts of speech today, and in that we are going to learn words. What things we have already covered? We have already covered nouns, types, right? Now we have covered pronouns plus its type, right? We have already covered pronouns and its type. Now in this video, we are going to cover verbs, introduction. We are going to introduce what is a verb, and then we are going to do the types of the verb. Okay, kids? So now let's understand what is a verb. Okay. So we are going to let's see what we are going to do in this video. First of all, we are going to do the introduction to verbs. What is, a verb? What are verbs? We are going to say. Let's think what are verbs. Then we are going to do types of verbs. How many types of verbs we have and what are they, right? Then we are going to do verbs tenses. Okay. Then we are going to do verbs tenses. Then we are going to do active and passive voice. Then the conclusion of the video. So these are the parts that are going to be in our video. Okay. So now let's start. What is a verb? Whenever verbs are the words in a sentence that express action, event, state, or deed. Basically, verbs are the action words. What are verbs? These are the action words. What is going on inside a sentence? Let's take any of the sentence. Let's say we are going to take the example from the, our example. Let's take run. Okay. Let's take one example. She runs in the park. He runs in the park. So here the word runs, that it tells that what is happening inside the sentence, right? What is the action going on inside the sentence? So, any action, any event, or any state of being means somebody is happy, somebody is excited, somebody is sad. So, that we can say also are verbs. Okay. So, now let's have some look on the types of verbs. So on the types of verbs, we are having the first as action verbs. First, we are having an overlook over the types of verbs, then we are going to go in detail. First is the action verbs. Let's have a little hint. We are going to just touch the action verbs right now, all the verbs, and we are going to do it in brief. So here are the action verbs. So these verbs express physical or mental action. Means physical means we have already done that, like run, walk, dance, sing. Let's say physical means those are running, walk. Okay. So let's say running, run, walk, dance. These are the physical. And what are the mental? Like happy, sad, and etc. These are the mental. Now, we are going to do then after linking verbs. These linking verbs, we know that a sentence have a subject and a noun, right? So the linking verbs connect the subject with the noun or pronoun of the sentence. You know what a subject complement means? Subject complement means what is complementing the sentence. That is, it can be noun, it can be pronoun, or either it can be, okay. or either it can be adjective. Okay, so either it can be adjective. Okay, kids? Yeah. So these are the linking words. So we call them, they connect the subject of a sentence to the subject complement. Subject complements can be noun, pronoun, and adjectives. Now, next we are going to learn is helping verbs, or we can say auxiliary verbs also. We name them auxiliary verbs also. So these verbs assist the main verb in expressing tense, mood, or voice. As a name is self-expressible, that it helps the sentence. These types of verbs helps the sentence to make a meaningful sentence, or it helps the sentence or noun or pronoun or any adjective to express the tense. The tense means in what time, is it in past, is it in future, it is in present, mood, which mood it is, or voice. So now we are going to learn action verbs in brief. Okay, so let's learn action verbs in brief. What are action verbs? Action verbs are the workhorses of the land. Workhorses means these tells us what is the action happening in the sentence. What is the work going on in the sentence? Workhorses means what is the work going on in the sentence. They denote actions that can be seen, heard, felt, or experienced. Means they denote any actions. They tells us about any action that we can see from our eyes, hear from our ears. We can feel it or we can experience. So these tells us, action verbs tells us about the words that are what is going on inside the sentence. Let's take an example, have a look on example. He runs every morning. So the word runs tells us what is going on in the sentence, right? So word tells us that what is going on in the sentence. Now we can say that this is the workhorse of the word, sentence. This is the workhorse. That is the action verb of the sentence, right, kids? Okay, now let's say they laughed out loudly at the joke. They laughed loudly at the joke. So the word laugh tells us what is going on in the sentence, what is the work going on in the sentence. So the word laugh tells us that somebody is laughing, some action is happening. So we can see somebody laughing, we can hear somebody laughing. So they laughed loudly at the joke. That means there is also a action verb. Let's learn more about action verbs. Action verbs are used to show something a subject is doing or thinking in a sentence. Mainly, who is doing anything in the sentence? Subject, right? A sentence have a subject, right? Now, what subject is doing? What is the work doing? What is the work subject is doing in the sentence? Like, let's say, I keep running for 2 hours. Here, I is the subject. Running means what subject is doing, right? Running means, you know, action going on. And who is doing the action? The subject. I is a subject. So it tells us basically what subject is doing or what subject is thinking about. Okay. So this is what we call the action verbs. Okay. Now let's come more information. Let's have some more information about action verbs. Action verbs give us important information about the subject now. Always remember, we always use an action verb for the subject now. Okay? What we do? We use action verb only use for the subject of the sentence. Okay, so we use action verb only for the subject of the use for the subject of the sentence. It tells more about it. It give all the information about the subject noun. Okay, now let's I move on to some examples. The first example is she walks to the park. So she here is the subject, right kids? So she here is the subject noun. And what is action happening? Somebody is walking. Subject is walking. So walks is the example of action verb. Okay. Walks is the action verb as we can see over here. Okay. Now let's see one more example. He kicks the soccer ball. He kicks the soccer ball. Here he is again the subject noun. Okay. Subject noun. And what is happening? Kicks means somebody's kicking. The subject is kicking the soccer ball. So it tells the information about it tells the information about the subject noun, that what subject is doing. So again here kicks is the example of action verbs. Okay kids, now let's move on to one more example. I think about the question. Now, what we have done, that somebody who is thinking, we have learned previously that it gives us the information that what the subject noun is doing or thinking, right? So I think, I again here is the subject. Think tells us what subject is doing. The subject is thinking. So the think word is the action verb over here. Understood, kids? Okay. Let's move on to the next type of verbs. That is linking verbs. So linking verbs basically connect the subject of a sentence to a subject complement. What is subject complement? Subject complement can be, let me write over here, that what can be the subject complement. Okay. What can be a subject complement? Subject complement can be, noun. Subject complement can be pronoun. Again, subject complement can be adjective. Let's take one example and understand. If I'm going to say she is happy. Okay. Here we have the same example that he seems happy. So linking verbs, as the word is, the word is self-explanatory. That link means joining two things together, linking two things together. So what linking verbs are connecting? What two things the linking verbs are connecting? The linking verb is connecting noun, whatever the subject. Okay, we are saying that subject. Now let's be very brief. For the noun, we say subject noun. Okay, so it connects subject noun with, you know, any other word, any other phrase. Okay, any other phrase. Okay, so it connects the noun, the subject noun, with any other phrase that gives the information about the subject noun. It connects with the other phrase that gives information about the subject subject noun. So over here, this is the subject. Subject is happy. So happy is giving the information. So happy is the information about the subject. she happy. If I'm going to remove she is from here, she happy doesn't make any sense. Like, so is word here is making a, a bridge between, is working as a bridge between the subject and the phrase that gives the information about the subject nouns. So is here, the word is here is working as a linking verb. Okay, kids, understood? Let's understand it with some more examples. So, linking verb serves to connect the subject of a sentence to a subject complement. Okay, they do not show any action but rather express state of being or condition. Means every time the subject complement or the phrase that is giving the information about the subject is not in action. It doesn't show any action but a emotion, a state of being or a condition. Let's say happy over here is also an emotion, a state of being, right? It is not any action. Somebody is happy. Happy is not any action, right? It is a state of being. So it always, joins the subject noun with a state of being or any condition. A phrase which tells about any state of being or any condition. Let's say this is the question again. Ram is sad. Let's see. Ram is sad. It's the subject, right? We all know Ram is the subject. Now, what is the state of being over here? Sad. So, Ram and sad. These two things are getting joined with a word called is. So, is a linking verb over here. Okay, kids? Let's understand it. The example. He seems happy. Again, he is the subject. We is the state of being. We are see the word seem is linking he and happy together. Right? Okay. The cake smells delicious. So the cake over here is subject. Delicious is any condition or state of being. It can be delicious, right? Smells, connect subject and subject complement together. So that is a linking verb also. Okay, kids? Now let's understand more about linking verbs. So linking verbs are used to connect the subject of a sentence with a noun, pronoun as adjective. As I told you, what are the subject complements? Noun, pronoun, and adjective. They can be the subject complement, right? What I have told you earlier that they can be the subject complement, right, kids? So it connects the subject with the noun, pronoun, or any adjective that is, that can be state of being or any condition, right? Let's take some example of linking verbs. Linking verbs can show states of being and conditions, right? It can show the state of being or any condition. So Ali over here is the subject. Okay, Ali is the subject. Board is the state of being, right? Board is the state of being. Now, Ali and state of being that is happening in the sentence, it's connected with the word see. So, seen over here is the linking verb. Okay, kids? Now, let's move on. Okay. Linking verbs. Let's talk about some common linking verbs. What are our common linking verbs? That are looks, appears, taste, feel, smell, sound. So these are our common linking verbs that tells us about any state of being and action. The food tastes strange. Food is the subject. Food is the Subject. Strange is the condition of any food. It is not any state of being, but a condition, right? State of being is always an emotion. Condition is always a phase or something is, it can be strange, right? The strange word is a condition over here. So we can say it is a condition. Now, what is linking the subject and the condition together? That is the word state. So that is the linking verb. Okay. Now next, the clown sounds funny. The clown again is the subject and the funny is the state of being. Now here state of being, right? Sound is the linking verb, as we all know. Why? Because it is linking the subject with its state of being. We can say other common linking verbs. Let's see about other common linking verbs. Those are am, is, are, was, were, been, and be. Okay, kids? Now let's take some examples from these common linking verbs. I am very silly. So I again is the subject over here, and silly, very silly is a condition. Okay, so I am very silly. So the word am is connecting the subject with a condition. So that is the linking verb. They were hilarious. They, subject, hilarious, state of being, were is connecting both of them. So that is linking verb. Okay. Now let's move on to the other type of. That is helping verbs. So the words helping is self-explanatory that it helps the sentence to, make a meaningful one, right? Now let's learn more about the helping verbs that we call auxiliary verbs also. Okay, so helping verbs are nothing but the auxiliary, we call them auxiliary verbs also. So they help the main verb to express various nuances such as tense, mood, or voice. Means, let's say that, let's take one example. The park was open. The park was open. So the word open here is the main verb, right? Now, the helping verbs tells us about our action. It helps the sentence to perform the action what is going on. The word was here is the helping verb. Okay, it is the helping verb. It is helping the main verb to tell that what is going on in the sentence. Right, kids? Okay, so now let's learn more about the helping verb now. Okay, now one thing that should be kept in mind while doing the helping verbs, that is, it always comes before the main verb. So here, let's take one more example. Let's take one more example by ourselves. He will kick. He will kick the ball. So here, what is the main verb? It is kick because it is showing an action. And helping verbs always comes before the main verb. So it is very easy to identify a helping verb if we already know that what is the main verb. So it always comes before the main verb. Okay, so it is very easy to identify in the sentence that what is the helping verb. Let's see. She is singing beautifully. So here singing is the main verb. So is the helping verb over here. Okay. They have been waiting for hours. So waiting is the main verb and helping verb always comes before it. So been is the helping verb over here. Okay. So been is the helping verb over here. Okay. So now let's learn more about the helping verbs. So the three most common helping verbs are to be, to have, and to do. So let's have some examples. These are some examples of helping verbs. I am driving a car. Driving again is the main verb. We should know what is the main verb. Main verb is the action going on. Okay, so driving is the main verb. M is coming before the main verb, so that means it is the helping verb. That is the best trick to find out what is the helping verb in a given sentence. Walking, again, it is a main verb. It helps the main verb to express the action. Sometimes the verb expresses itself all it along, but sometimes it needs help. So auxiliary verbs do the same thing what they needed for. So their main verb needs some help to show its action. So the helping verbs come with their help. Here is the main verb, that is walking. Is here is coming before it, so it is the helping verb. Okay? Yes. Now let's learn a little more example. So we had been to the store. We had the words like had, has, have. These are the helping verbs. Also, again here, eaten, been. These are the main verbs of the sentence. These are the main verbs of the sentence. And the words, the verbs that are coming before the main verbs are called helping verbs. So these are had and has are the helping verbs. Getting it? Okay. Now let's move on. He does like that car. So the word does and do, we do have that verb. These are the two words more that we know about. These are the helping verbs. So what we have learned, has, have, what these are very common. So that is why I'm telling you in one time. Has, have, had, do, does. Okay. So these are some very common helping verbs we use in our daily life that we should know. Okay. Now this is the fourth time for the helping verbs. Olivia was finishing her homework. So what is the helping verb in the sentence? I already told you the trick that how you can find a helping verb that always comes before the main verb. And how we are going to find the main verb? It is always the action going on in the sentence. Finishing is the action going on, right? So the finishing is the main verb. And was is before it, so it is the helping verb. Simple. Right? It is the helping verb. Very good. So we have learned about three types of verbs till now: action verbs, auxiliary verbs, and linking verbs. So we have already, we already know about these types of verbs till. Now let's learn about regular and irregular verbs. So now these verbs are based on tenses. These verbs are based on tenses. Tenses means time. Okay, tenses means time. The word tense means time. Okay. Either anything is going on in present, anything is going on in present, it has been done in past, or it has to be done in future. Okay, so it has to be done in future. So these three types of tenses we have with us. Okay, so that is the three types of tenses. Let's learn about regular verbs. So regular verbs, they follow predictable pattern. Predictable pattern means they go on with the same, base word. Base word, what is the base word? That is the first form, that is walk. So they go with the same base word. Walk, walked, and walked. So these are going with the same base word. What is the base word? That is being in the static base word. Okay. Now, irregular words are very opposite to them. They do not follow the same pattern as going with the base word. They are having three different words in their three different tense. So, go, went, gone. So these are the three types of words. These are not in the same base word. So no same base word is there. So that are the irregular. I'm sorry. These are the irregular verbs. Okay. So now we are going to learn a little more about verbs tenses. What are verbs tenses? I already told you that there are three tenses: past tense, present tense, and future tense. Past word means what is already has been done, already occurred in the past time. Past always means that action has or state that has already been occurred. Okay, that has been done. Present tense means that indicates the action that is happening. Let's take some example of past and present. Let's take past example. She played tennis yesterday. So yesterday, played. It is means that it has been already occurred, right? That is the past tense. Present, something is going on right now. I am teaching you. So the word teaching is, right now I'm doing this thing. So that is in the present form. He teaches English. Okay. Future, as we all know, indicates action state that will happen in the future that is not have been placed, but it is going to be happen or occur in the future. They will arrive tomorrow. So we don't know that it has not been done in the past. It is not going on in the present. They are arriving tomorrow. So tomorrow is something in future we are talking about. So they are in future tenses. Okay. Now we are going to learn about verb phrases. So verb phrases consist of a main verb and one and more helping verbs. So again, verb phrases means that contains one main verb plus one helping verb. Okay, they can express complex actions or states. She has been studying all night. So studying, main verb, been, helping verb. So they are going to visit their grandparents. So it again contains the main verb and the helping verb, and it can express strong complex conditions. Okay, so that is it for words. We have done all types of verbs today, and also we have done what are words, and with it, we are done with our verb one more parts of speech. If you like this video, if you have any question about verbs, feel free to ask, and I will be happy to clarify any doubts you have. Okay. So have a good day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you are not going to miss any update from my Have a good day. Bye bye.